Hey, hey, hey. It's Tim Young. I tried for I think an hour just now to invite a few people to come here and speak some English with me. And I think five different people were trying. One or two had internet problems. One of them is actually still in high school, and his mom said, study. um, One or two other people had difficulties getting applications installed. One person is actually at work, not able to talk. So here I am talking to myself, practicing with myself. Um, I'm American. I don't need to practice English so much. Um, but if I speak and I speak clearly and I speak kind of medium speed, um, me talking to myself could be helpful for you, the person listening. So here I am. Um, just for people that don't know me, my name is Tim. I am from the United States. I'm from Wisconsin, which is up near Chicago. And I just turned 50 years old. So I'm older than many of you. Um, I'm not sure how many. I'm not sure how many people older than me actually decide to learn a language, right? It's fewer. It's fewer people aged 50 decide to learn a language than people aged 20 deciding to learn a language, right? But I'm 50. I know three languages now. I'm going to learn at least seven more languages, and I'm going to be good at 10 languages. It's going to take me a while. If I can learn a language in 2 years and do that consistently, it'll take 14 years to learn seven more languages. And I got to keep up all my existing languages. I need to keep them going at the same time, right? So it's going to take me a while. This is a project. Um, how about you? What language, is English the only language you're going to learn? Um, some people do a pretty good job of learning a language in 6 months, and they're able to then converse with people on the street in a country that speaks their language. Um, that's a good learner. That's a person that was very dedicated. I think most people, 2 years is a good time frame to learn a language pretty decently and to be able to converse. Um, the thing is, like, I can converse in Portuguese. Um, People say that they understand me. My pronunciation is pretty good. My grammar is not bad, but I had an advantage. I speak Spanish. I got a degree in Spanish, and then I learned Portuguese. So I've got, I mean, when I'm speaking Portuguese, at times I'm thinking in Spanish and translating. There's times where I'm thinking about the grammar, and it's so close to Spanish. There's times I actually do. I think about the grammar in Spanish, say it with Portuguese words, and it's usually okay. And when it's not, people will tell me, "What was that?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Let me try to use different words. Let me say that differently." So, if you're learning English, I don't know that there's a good language that's similar enough to English that it would actually assist you. Um, English does have a lot of French words in it. English has a lot of words from other parts of England and the UK. English has a lot of words from German. Um, but I don't. Yeah, I think people that speak German actually do have an easier time learning English than some other people. Um, so okay, so maybe if you learn German and then you learn English, maybe English would be easier to learn if you already knew German. Maybe that's possible. Um, Most of you is just you. There's a mountain to climb, and you got to climb it, right? And until you finish climbing the mountain, you're gonna struggle. So um, there's things you can do to get started easier. There's things you can do. Even with a small vocabulary, it's possible to have conversations. I know, I know of one guy in particular. His name is Benny Lewis. He's like he's like study for 2 hours and then talk. Go on camera, record a video, talk, and you sound horrible, right? But you did it, and 99.99% of people won't do that, right? So if you've got the guts to talk when you sound like a babbling idiot, um, and if you keep doing that, I mean, there, one thing that Benny does, from what I understand, he'll start a language and he knows he's going to be talking to people on Skype calls or something in that language a couple times a week. So he studies a little bit, right? Reads, listens, whatever he does to get ready for the next conversation with a native speaker on Skype, right? And then he just practices everything he just studied. He does his best, and the people he talks to, I'm sure they've got an idea of what he studied, right? So they know which things to try to ask him. So it's, it's kind of like the conversation partner and Benny. They both know the goal is he knew 100 words last week, and this week he knows 500 words. So let's try to use those 500 words and have a conversation, right? Benny's trying to listen. He's trying to talk. I I think you're better off listening, reading a whole lot for a while, a couple months before you really try to talk very much, because it can be really frustrating trying to talk. It can be really frustrating trying to listen to somebody who has a small vocabulary and knows a language very poorly. It can be painful to try to listen to somebody speaking that way, right? So I think you're better off. I think we're all better off listening, reading, watching videos, um, for a month, 2 months, 3 months. Soak in that language. Soak in that language. If you're going to practice, an easy way to practice is pick up your telephone, record yourself, record a video, and then you can watch it. You don't have to upload it to YouTube. You don't have to put it on Facebook. You don't have to put it on Instagram, right? Just record it, listen for yourself. If you got a teacher, if you got somebody is willing to help, you can send your video to like one person and say, "Give me some feedback." And they'll say, "Oh my gosh, your R's are horrible. You got to fix your R's. Here's what you got to do with your R's." I'd be like, "Great. I got something I can work on. One thing I can work on. That's good." Um, but I don't know. Getting on video on YouTube, publicly when you've studied for 2 hours, that's a lot of people are afraid just to get on a video like this when they speak English well or when they speak Spanish well. Let's say you're just starting Italian and you've learned 2 hours. Oh my gosh, it's that much more scary to get on a video when you don't know the language you're going to be talking, right? So yeah, I think we're all better off listening, watching, reading. You know, grammar is actually something I think that comes in later. I think when you're starting and until you can understand a decent amount, um, when you can pick out words, when you got to the point where you can kind of write down what somebody had said, so you could go try to look the words up in a dictionary. Of course, there's conjugations and all kinds of. I mean, English has got a bunch of things that are spelled really strangely. Um, but when you get to the point where you can pick out the words, right, and you can sort of go, okay, that's present tense, past tense, okay, talking about a dog, talking about school, fire truck, okay, fire truck, got that. School, recess, lunch, you know. when you can understand that much, okay, now maybe you're ready to start trying to talk. Because talking, um, you can write, right? Writing is easier than talking because you have more time. Even if you're typing on WhatsApp or typing on Skype, um, you got more time to think when you're typing. If you're talking, it's faster. Your brain, you got to process fast. It's harder. It's harder when you are trying to talk another language and you're not good at it. You may not you may not be ready for how physically tired that can make you. It can really wear you down. You can actually feel your battery, like, if we had a little battery indicator here, speaking another language that you're not good at can really drain your battery. Seriously, it can make you tired. So, um, anyway, this is me talking to myself because I did try. I tried to get some other people on the call with me, and tonight it just wasn't able to schedule it. Wasn't working. So I'm here talking to myself. Um, what about you guys? What did you think of the video? This video will be on YouTube. Please come in and subscribe to my channel. Click on the little bell to get notifications. Um, if you're interested in classes, send me a message. Come find me on Facebook. Find me on Facebook, and then let's connect on WhatsApp. There's a bunch of stuff going on WhatsApp and on Facebook, and I'm obviously over here on YouTube as well. So anyway, connect on those platforms, and I'll talk to you guys later. Cheers.